if something takes a month long,
Yeah.
it stresses me out because no one really knows what I'm doing in the background, but I'm still doing something. But I just want you guys to know that we're still cooking up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a break on all the art that I've been making. It's been a lot of art for
Yeah.
January, so
Yeah.
I don't want to set the expectation that like I'm always gonna be going 300,000%. So I want to kind of relax.
Yeah, of course, it's
But-
also important.
Yeah.
To just also take your time off and also, I mean, in the NFT space, founders and artists, they have a lot of pressure because everyone expects the project to move mountains, you know. But
Yeah,
in
which is not
reality, it
true.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. And
See, in my head, and I'm sure this is like a lot of other artists, we don't talk about floor price because honestly, I've already talked about this with my team and everybody and my whole Discord. I'm moving my focus away from floor price. That's
good.
out of my control. I'm gonna add value to this project with the art, the community, fun little things. And if people find worth in this project and want to list their hoppers at a higher price, and actually, it'll happen. But what was I even getting at?
Yeah, like you were talking about, the
yeah.
floor price and what you cannot control. You want to add value, and
yes. So right now, so my mindset is, how about if I do a bunch of tributes and more people come and join the hoppers, floor price will go up. Or if I do this floor price, it's always like an actionable item.
Yeah.
To floor price or to engagement, but you can't do that in the space because
I know.
January, I just made 1,000 things and I brought a lot of people onto this project, but I can't, it's out of my control. So
of course,
I'm just going to not focus on it and just focus on my team and everybody, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, it feels more natural, to be honest, and also doesn't stress someone out, you know. If you focus too much like on floor price, it makes you crazy because it's, as you said, something you cannot control, and adding value to the project and to your community, engaging with them is way more valuable in my opinion. And I mean, we have seen, regarding floors, and you've seen it with so many successful projects that they have been staggering around for some months and months.
Especially now is
the market feels
spot.
The market feels really frothy. Someone said it's actually true. Like money goes in and out very quickly, kind of.
Yes.
And people jump on one project to another and try to make money, but the market cycles.
I forgot who I talked to.
Yeah.
Forgot who I talked to yesterday. And I can really say this about hoppers because before the generative project, I'm a solidified brand.
Yeah.
I have it trademarked. I mean, the hopper ears, it's a brand, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even Bored Ape is like a brand.
True.
I'm not just another, I also am a generative project, but I'm also a big brand. So like, you know, once the generatives, people are sick of generative projects, my hoppers will still be here. I mean, it's not going to just disappear, which it's one thing that I'm very confident about. It's like, let's say next year people move on and no one wants to buy generative projects. They just want to buy one-of-ones. Yeah. Or I'm not going to be worried at all. Like and there's a lot of projects like this as well, like Kid 8's project. I mean, Pidgeys that we already talked about. Like a lot of us out here, Habibis, like the generative is also a branch of our holistic brand. So it's maybe generatives will be affected, but my brand is like right now I'm gonna make merch, but I want to make it a legitimate merch brand because now I have the financial means, which is the big one. Now I have like the publicity and the community. Those are like the two main things that you really need to kick off a clothing and merch brand. And now I even have some of the resources that I didn't have before I did generative. So like I really want to start like a legitimate, put some of the money back into this, into some kind of cool merch, and really bring some eyes onto the project where it's like, hey, we're a serious brand. We're not just like pumping collections out. I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, how are you connected with those other, let's say, 3D generative art projects like you mentioned right now? and yeah, the founders and
I really don't think we're connected in the way that we should be. Especially, I just think especially artists don't have time. I mean, I have time to communicate and be friends with people, but to really, really dive deep together with another artist, it's sometimes hard because it's like, it's not that much time in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, I really want me and Kid to connect more. I want me and Habibis, and I think the collaborations are what really boosts the people's communities.
Yeah. Did you do already like collaborations or one-on-ones or because I don't have an overview regarding that, but maybe you can talk about it?
Yeah, I think I've done like 30 collaborations.
Wow, so many.
I don't even know.
Like one-on-one
I've done so the one-on-ones on Ethereum, when I used to auction them on Rarible, I did like 11 the first round, 3 the second round, 4. I've done like 25 plus.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. And a lot of big artists in there too. Like there's a lot of people in there that I hit up thinking they would be like, "Who's this guy?" And they agreed.
Okay, cool.
And I'm glad they agreed because I think now they realize how serious of a project this is.
Yeah.
Like Malavita, Lorona, if you know Lorona, I was really happy to get those two.
No.
Really talented artists. Fesks, Kid A, I had.
Yeah.
Mark the BB. I had a bunch of people.
Nice. And did you do like a one-on-one tribute piece, like a mix of hoppers and their project, or?
So it wasn't a tribute. It was a complete collaboration. Some of them, like I did D-Face, who's also like back then he was huge. Now he's massive.
Okay.
But he provided me with a 3D model that he had, and I just made it into a hopper.
Cool.
Malavita is like a digital painter who does really cool designs. If you just go type in
yeah, let's find it up because I'm also Googling on my second screen, but
so type in MAAL. It should say Alicia Renaud. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she's super talented. Like you have to have seen her stuff before on the internet, but
Alicia, yeah.
So she doesn't do 3D stuff. So I was like, how am I going to take one of her pieces?
Wow, this looks crazy.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
She has like 200. Should we share? Wait, hold on a second. We need to share this.
Yeah, if you can share, yeah. But if you look at her digital paintings, the thing was I have to take her, let's say texture, right, her image, and I have to put it on a hopper. And I have to make sure that it doesn't mess up her art, if that makes sense. Like it's hard with 3D. So if you go type in, is it serious? Oh my God, of course OpenSea is always down. But
I couldn't find.
I'll find it for you right now. It's 120 of these, so there's a lot.
Here, okay, I can find it now, I think. Oh, this one here?
It's called 103, Hopper 103, if you can find that.
Okay.
So type in HOPPER. HOPPER. So that's like go up, just type in HOPPER. Hopper, and then type in 103 after it, space 103.
This one.
There we go.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you see our texture, like it's owned by Mark the Habibi too, which is hilarious. But yeah, that's her painting, digital painting, and I projected it onto the hopper, and I even added her logo. I just really wanted it to be a good collab between us, and it's one of my favorite that I've done, which I was super pumped about because I was like not scared, but it's like these artists are so unique that if you blend my art with her art, you want to make sure there's a good 50-50 split, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so happy with that one. It was just amazing.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I did a lot of collaborations like that. I wish more people would collaborate with me on the tributes and stuff like that, but I think it'll happen more and more, at least for the generative one-of-ones.
Yeah.
But
those are the 120 pieces, and those are from the Collabs, right?
So the 120 is collaborations and unique and one-of-ones just from me.
Okay.
So this is kind of like the Devils of Kid 8. Like, you know, Devil has Devils, This kind of like that. There's also the Pidgeys, have the Pidgeys one-of-ones, but also the Squab. So we all have the same kind of model, you know?
Like this one here with the straight ears.
And it really shows our growth because, like, I mean, I didn't know that I was going to do a generative project last year, you know?
Yeah, of course.
We all just kind of grow and make art. So yeah, this has now become like the OG Hopper collection.
Yeah. Yeah, they look amazing.
The Lorona one right there, you see that Hopper is, if you go down one, Lorona, 109 Hopper. That's also Lorona, who's like she's also, that head right there is like iconic in the NFT scene, in my opinion.
Okay.
And that was a fun collab. Like, me and her both went back and forth for a whole day just to get it perfectly right between us. So yeah, she's another super talented. You've definitely seen her stuff. It's on Twitter. You can have her on Twitter, or actually also on Instagram as well. And you see that head? I mean, like, it's been around for.
It's iconic, yeah.
A year. It's very iconic, yeah.
Okay.
Very talented.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just fun, man. I collaborations are like fun to do with other artists, and as you can tell, like, I do those little tributes, and I have such a good time blending the Hopper with another brand. It's just like one of my favorite things to do.
Oh, this one looks also really cool because the eyes are so big and head small, right?
Yeah, the baby. It's a newborn. So people keep talking about, they're like, oh, you should do some breeding thing with your project. And that was my idea a while back. I was like, why don't I do something with the newborn baby? But
that's true.
We'll see. It's only February, and I have another.
It's still so early, right? Yeah, that's
it's so
true.
early.
It's still so early. Yeah.
I need to take a couple months break to.
I mean,
before I make yet another generative collection.
Of course. What happened to this one here? This one is better. So you launched in December, right? Between late December. Can you maybe talk us through the timeline of the project, how everything went, and did you sell out immediately? How was the mint going? And those standard ones.
Yeah, so holiday last year, so December 22nd, we dropped the pre-sale day 1, day 2, then public. So the third day was public. I think December 24th was it Christmas Eve? Jeez.
December.
Or the day before Christmas Eve, December 23rd.
Yeah.
You can buy your hall passes. I mean, you still could buy your hall passes now, but you had to wait a week before you could redeem. And then the 27th, people started redeeming and revealing their hoppers. And we didn't sell out until January 22nd. So it was a very, very slow mint and sellout. Yeah, I know I mentioned this a ton, but everybody was like, burn the rest of your supply, do this. That was like one of the most stressful holidays of my life. If you could imagine Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's, I was just like, oh my God.
Okay.
Stressing out. A lot of, and my team members were amazing, but they're also with their families and stuff. And, and
hard to reach sometimes, right?
Yeah, and I should have been on a break too, but obviously this is my own project, so you'd be crazy to think that
all eyes on the project, right? On the own baby, yeah.
Yeah, but I told my team members and stuff, I was like, you guys enjoy your families. Like, I don't want you stressing out. But God, it felt so alone. I was like, dude, it hasn't sold out. I was freaking out because everyone talks about you have to sell out.
Yeah.
And now that I know, I would have not changed a thing. I know I've said this a ton of times, but I wish I did not worry and stress out all that time.
Yeah, in the end.
Because it ended up being amazing, and I would have not had it any different. But
cool.
Yeah, man. And then we sold out January 22nd, and we are here.
Awesome. Can you also talk us a little bit through how you started with hoppers and how like your previous job were influencing you to start with hoppers and your background with NFTs? Like once, oh, I think the connection is gone, or hold on a second.
Yeah.
I can hear you now. Okay, now.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Was
this
it
is
me
my
or was
internet
it
connection.
You? I don't know.
This
you were okay, maybe it was me. Who knows?
I think it says my internet's bad. It probably is me, to be honest.
No. It's me.
So yeah, I just
but maybe character... I don't know if I should repeat the question. Because I'm not sure if it's on there. We can cut it out. So maybe you can talk us a little bit about your background and how you started with the hoppers and how your previous job influenced you to go with the project.
Yes. I love 3D art. I've always made it. I really like doing characters and stuff like that. So I just started. It started with the head.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at my old hoppers from the Tezos to the Ethereum till now, they have evolved in a way,
Cool.
And I'm really happy with what they look like now. This is like the most evolved. Like I've really pushed the character to not to its limits, but to a place where I really am satisfied. The generative project, it was bound to happen. It allowed me to reach 5,000 people instead of just 120 people. And it's become like a brand now, and I've got it trademarked and all this kind of stuff. Hey.
It's okay.
And it's just amazing. And like the way I have it set up.
The way you have it set up, you were saying, right?
The way I have it set up is it's like a mannequin. So
you were just taking a break, huh?
Was I just like this?
Okay.
It's like the traits and the t-shirts and the headgear and all that stuff is very interchangeable. So, even if you look at my tributes, it's very, very, each one is very unique. It's because I have it set up in a way where I can really customize the character.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
It's getting hotter.
It's getting spicy. But yeah, man, it's who knows? Like, honestly, in a year, I have no idea where this character is gonna evolve into. Like, just I have like an outline in my head, but at the end of the day, I do what my gut tells me when it comes to artistically. So yeah,
love it. And you said that from your Instagram and stuff like that, you started in 2018, right? With the
character.
With the character. So it's not like something new, but you worked on it. You iterated.
It's 4 years now.
4 years. Wow, that's a lot.
I mean, I made it 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I'd made a couple pieces with it. Then it just sat dormant until last year.
Yeah.
So, and then if you look at that old character, it's changed a lot. If you look at my Tezos hopper, it's changed a lot since now. It's a lot has happened.
Cool.
It just shows the growth of me as an artist too. Like you want to see things improve after a period of time. Most people don't want to see the same SHAKKABLOOD from last year till now. They want to see some kind of effort and growth.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Can you talk us a bit about like the future plans? You also did an announcement regarding Metaverse and that you bought some land, right? What are kind of like the future roadmap points, to put it that way?
So NFT events.
Yeah.
Merch. When I mean merch, I mean I'm going to try to make something. It's not going to be like a band t-shirt or something. I'm going to try to make some like I'm saying, like now I have the financial means to put more effort into things, which is good for everybody. You know, people, I want someone to receive the merch and be like, holy crap, this is like a, I don't want to say supreme because that's what everyone knows. Like a high quality pleasures t-shirt or like
you value a lot.
A value, like when you go buy a t-shirt and it's like $58, you're like, holy shit, that's expensive. But I mean, damn, I'm going to have this for a couple, like 50 years.
Yeah. Wow, a t-shirt for
I want to
50
make care.
Okay.
Well, maybe we'll see. I don't know. By then they'll be putting it on their dog or something.
That's true.
I want to, yeah, I don't know. I want this brand to expand. Like, I don't want to just be stuck in NFTs and that'll bring value. Like, I want to be movies, TV shows, cartoons. I don't know. Like, we're going to be in the Super Bowl because one of our guys, DJ Reader, he's friends with one of my friends in the hopper community, and he owns like a shit ton of hoppers, and he has custom hopper cleats, and we made him freaking, we made him hoodies.
Nice.
Not for sale, by the way, guys.
Ah, okay. Wow.
But
this looks nice. That's his name, yeah?
Yeah, DJ Reader. So he's gonna, you know, he can't wear it at the Super Bowl, but for warm-ups and stuff, he's gonna wear it. It's just a cool thing. It's just awesome. So
nice.
And then the metaverse, we have land in the sandbox. We are kind of trying to figure out whether or not we want to keep it or buy something else for now, so we can in the meantime, because I don't really know when they're going live. Maybe someone else could answer that question.
Yeah.
Art contests we want to do. I'm doing the weekly. These things aren't really utility. They're just community stuff that people will like, and it'll shed some light on new artists. And then the biggest utility is the IP. Like, I opened up the IP so people can resell their hoppers. I mean, it's really hard for me to do and make that decision. But yeah, you guys, if you own the hopper, you just register it on my website, and then you guys can
build
profit off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to make like a beer, I don't know if you go to a brewery and they have like a special beer called like Hopper Number 267. That's the name of the beer. I don't know. Which is nice because I don't know if you know beer, but they like use hops, right? To make beer. So hoppers, hops. Maybe someone could do something. Some crazy idea. I'm giving you an idea.
Why not? If we like beer, why not? Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. We're trying to spread it out. Me as the artist, I stress out. Like I said before, like I want to do all this stuff now, but it's just not. I wouldn't be able to do that. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so we talked about the future roadmap, and do you have any like longer term kind of collaborations in mind you could work with or do with other projects or anything regarding that?
Yeah, I really want to do. Right now, I'm taking a pause on making art, and I'm trying to expand the brand.
Okay, cool.
You know, it's not really working too well because I'm messaging a lot of people and I'm not getting responses. But yeah, like I really want to do partnerships with clothing brands. So like, I don't know if you saw the Hundreds did a collaboration with Deadfellas. Did you see that?
Yeah, I got the sweater.
You got something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's some of them take so long to arrive. I don't know. Back to Germany, yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's the Hundreds. They're like a real brand. Like not that, but like they probably have a good supply chain thing set up right now. But you never know. It's
also a name, right? They do collabs with, I saw Hello Kitty, Harry Potter. I mean,
they've been around for I don't even know how long. Let's see how long.
I think it's like a LA brand.
Yeah, 2003. So
wow. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of big. It's not like only white label T-shirt or pullover. It's like a brand collab.
They're huge. Yeah, they're like a famous streetwear brand. But yeah, I really want to do stuff like that. Like, I'm also a designer myself, so like I don't get to do this as much, but like because I'm always doing 3D stuff. But yeah, like making merch and stuff like that's so much fun. So I would love for someone to just do a collaboration with me that owns like a big streetwear clothing brand. But we'll see. As time goes on, gain more resources.
Of course, more
people
contacts.
are introduced to hoppers. I'm not going to force it, but I will definitely actively reach out and see if anyone is interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, over time when you grow and get bigger and bigger, then everything falls into place, right? But like kind of the early start, I can talk from myself right now. It's kind of hard to reach out to people. It's hard to get into contact with them, to find some interviews, and when I'm like kind of a no one, let's say, or have like a little following compared to other guys who do the same, then it's really hard. But it's hard. Yeah, it's really hard, right?
Do you want to know why? This is why people get agents.
Yeah.
They get people that reach out to and have like that networking status to, but you know, as even for yourself and for myself, I mean, I have friends now that know other people, and it's so awesome. But I still like to reach out myself, and even when I reach out myself, it's like I look at the Twitter check mark and it says it hasn't been read, and I'm just like, God damn it!
Does it say it's read or not on Twitter? Is it like
there's a little
marks then?
I think it's the check mark is gray and then it turns blue when someone sees it.
This one I don't know actually, because I think for the German Twitter it doesn't work, because the US one is I think different. I don't know why. Also with the PFP. That's very weird. Yeah, it's super weird. Also with the PFP verification for your NFT in Germany it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not available. I think
it's only US, Canada, New Zealand, and I think Australia. Yeah, that's it.
I took mine off. Makes me nervous.
Yeah.
The less, if you go to your MetaMask, it says connected sites. The less sites I'm connected to, the more comfortable I feel.
I also always delete the connections through MetaMask. Makes me feel secure.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you think is like part or a recipe for success for NFT projects? What do you think they need to do to achieve a bigger brand or to get bigger and stuff like that?
Sorry, can you repeat that question again?
Of course, sorry. I was saying that what do you think is like the recipe for success for NFT projects, and how do you think they can get bigger?
It's depends. I mean, either you hire a massive. It depends what kind of success. Is success financial?
Of
get
course,
the money,
or
is success long-term value? I honestly think build a community base that is hardcore.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to build a community base that they'll flip your art for like a $50 profit.
Yeah. You
want to have a community that whether or not the price or floor price fluctuates, they still stick around to see where the project becomes.
True.
And then you want active community members, people that are nice. You want to set the tone so your followers are kind and respectful to other people. You don't want to, I haven't had to say anything crazy to the Hopper community. They're all really, really nice.
That's true.
I've had to mention like one or two things, just like, my project was compared to some other projects before. You want to stay chill,
of course,
do your thing. And then of course you want, the project to rise in value. You want more money come into the project means more.
Also attract more people, right?
Attract more people, more resources, more ability to be like some guy, like who knows, like tomorrow someone could buy Hoppers and be like, hey, I know so-and-so. They do a crazy TV show. You want to do like, it's all just word of mouth. So, money, value, community, publicity, all of it works together to bring success to your project.
Yeah. And like, I think it's like the community with Hoppers and a community in general for NFT projects is super important. Once I tweeted out on Twitter to try and check if there's like activity going on regarding Hoppers on Twitter. I did like a vibe check 1, 2, 3, something just super short, and I think this tweet exploded, and I didn't expect it to get so many reactions, to be honest. I think it had over 100 likes, so many retweets, people posting their Twitter, their Hoppers there. It's really even though the project is new, you can compare it to bigger, older projects from the activity. And this is something I believe which marks a successful project, that you can see, okay, the community is active, they're proud, they're going out there with their hoppers. And
proud's a good word.
Yeah, proud, right? To represent.
Proud that they own it.
Yeah. Proud, represent, talk about it, and are also in the Discord, are active and are welcoming. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know how other projects. This is another thing. I wish I had like a round table with 8 or 9 NFT projects and the founders. I could talk to them about what they do, what's normal. But I have a team they execute things, but I also have a team of like 12 that we're all just friends.
Okay.
And they're collectors. I didn't even know them 2 months ago.
Yeah.
We talk every day. They let me know how the community is doing. They're kind of like I don't want to say minions, because I have respect for them, and
of course.
But they're like my tentacles. Like when I'm not around or I can't reach every message, they come back to me with everything people are saying, what we should do. I have a list of like actionable items that people want. Like, so I'm very tied to the community.
That's good.
There's a lot of things happening. And lately I will say I have become fatigued, and it's getting harder and harder for me to respond to everybody. I mean, it's just how it is. Like, it's after a month of being very, very active, I'm a little gonna slow down for just a little bit on my end, just so I can regain my energy. But yeah, they come back to me and say, hey, so-and-so suggested this. What do you think of this? And I'll say, hey, I like it, or I don't like it. And then we'll put it in the backlog, and then we'll, work on it with this little guy hanging out here. Yeah, man, it's a good setup. I'm really happy with everything. Yesterday I had a town hall meeting with the Hopper community. I think 70 people showed up.
Wow.
And people came on, told me what they liked about the project, told me what they want to see happen with the project. The most civil thing I've ever had. I mean, it was literally great. So
okay.
I think Mark does that kind of stuff too, but
do you do town halls on a regular basis, or how does it work?
No, yesterday was the first one.
Oh, cool.
Usually we do Twitter Spaces, but I was like, why don't we do something in the Discord?
That's also nice, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you can do a stage event where you can bring on speakers, just like Twitter Spaces. And it was good.
But on Twitter, you can, like, other people can also find out about it, right? And in Discord, I think only in the Discord channel, the peeps.
Yeah. But it's better that way if you want to get stuff done and you want to directly hear from the community, you do Discord.
That's
because
true.
Twitter's everybody.
Yeah. Twitter is more closer to the community, right? Yeah. Makes sense. So I wish I was there, but next one. Is there already a date out there, or like once a month, or?
We'll see. I only did it yesterday because it's a slower week because I'm trying to not put art out every single day. So I was like, why don't I take some time today and have people come on? I want to hear what they're saying.
That's good.
Yeah.
How long did it go again?
I think it was like an hour. Maybe.
Okay, nice. Okay. Someone recorded.
I think Mark. I don't think you could record on this.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, it's fun, man. It's good. Anything to hear out the community in the relaxing manner is good, you know. So.
All right, cool. Is there anything we need to add, or is there anything you want to say, motivate people or bring them onto the Hopper team?
Motivate people.
Convince them.
I know there's so many projects out there.
Yeah, that's true.
There's so many 3D projects. There's going to be more 3D in the future. There's going to be less, but I don't know. I'm a solidified artist in the space, and I've been here since January last year, and I quit my job last year just to do this. So, you know, whether or not there's 10 people in the Hopper community or 10,000 people in the Hopper community, I'm still going to do what I do best.
Love it.
And I don't know if that's convincing or not, but I'm just as much invested in this project as anybody else is. So, you know, that's about it. I mean, that's the best you could hear. Like, and
yeah,
I don't like stagnant. I don't like being stagnant, and I don't like the project being stagnant. So I'm always going to find ways to bring something to this project,
yeah, yeah.
And grow beyond NFTs, like that's merch, all that kind of
Awesome.
stuff. So
Love it. Yeah, thank you so much for coming onto the show for the I don't want to say how
I've had 3 outfit changes, I swear.
yeah, some edits and cuts and only took out the best. Yeah.
I'm excited. And honestly, I got to know you a little bit and hang out with you,
Yeah.
so it's good.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you regarding maybe physical exhibitions. Did you think of doing that? There's like an artist out there, right? Who did that? He's called Gal Joseph with the crypto bulls, are they?
Oh yeah, we talked about this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very open to doing anything.
Okay.
It's just I need like the ties. Like if someone comes up to me and goes, "Hey, I want like do an art exhibit or something," of course
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay, cool.
Especially the next NFT events like Art Basel and NFT NYC and
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that. I would love to get my Hopper stuff out there and stuff. I
Mm.
think we have like a big enough following and
Yeah, to connect, right?
following for the art that we can connect with people.
Yeah, you said that you went to Art Basel, right? And it was kind of hard to get into stuff into the events because it was like with guest lists and stuff like that. Or
It's like when you go to an art music festival. Every year you
yeah,
go, you get better
yeah,
at it.
yeah.
And this year is my first time, and I was like, either we were drinking at bars at events or doing other things, and I didn't really understand where to go, what to do. Because there's always like 10 events happening at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, my goal is to know enough people where I could actually jump from event to event and meet people.
Yeah.
And I think the next event we go to, there's enough people that are part of the Hopper community that we can all meet up and do things together. So I'm really happy about that, because our Basel was just like a month before, not a month. It was like 2 weeks before the drop.
Okay.
So, a lot of people weren't part of the project at that time.
And you were also busy doing the artwork and like the whole preparations, right? So it's kind of hard to also network. I mean, networking is kind of hard through the internet if you trying to reach out via Twitter, Discord. Also, even for me to reach out, it's like so. Yeah, there's no just one way. It's kind of hard to reach people sometimes. So it's easier to know some people and like getting an intro from them and stuff like that.
I mean, I'm happy I met a bunch of artists that I've never met before. It was really cool.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think the trick is that the more people you know, the better.
Yeah, of course, always. Yeah.
Also, Miami was like tough because some of the events were like 45 minutes away. Like it wasn't just in one area. So you're just like, at one point I was on, I think it was South Beach, and there was so much traffic, I didn't get back to the city until like an hour and a half. So I missed like a bunch of events.
Yeah, of course.
It was crazy.
Yeah, next time will be better for sure.
Yeah.
Would actually love to go to LA as well. I think I was there in 2018 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. LA, I think there's New York one, there's the Miami one. They're doing all like the big cities, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
There's one in Las Vegas, I think, called NFT Land.
Yeah. All right. What else can we talk about? We did a screen share last time regarding a one-on-one hopper.
Those are all revealed now.
That's true. Yeah, last time we were like talking without it was so easy and flowing.
There's more of a pressure now. Let my cat get off here for a second. We could go over those questions, right?
Yeah, these questions. Yeah, actually, I prepared them. Let's do that. Let's go over those questions. Where is it? This. Right, this we can put here, and yeah, let's go through the questions. We tweeted both out, and yeah, so let's go through the first one. Given the reproductive, can we expect mating, breeding, generative modification, or any other stuff from our hoppers?
We have to figure it out because it's 3D. So I have to. Because like what Bored Ape did is like they have the specific
yeah.
ape, but then that specific ape is mutated into a mutated version. So I have to find a way where I could get the original hopper, somehow mutate it in 3D, which is going to be super hard to do. But I'm not saying no. It's just I have to find out how to. There's a point A and point B, which I can do both. It's just the area in between is something I have to figure out.
Yeah, but it could actually be that you do like breeding and it's like randomized, right? The outcome. This would be easier then, I guess, right?
Yeah, so breeding would be a lot easier. We might do something a little different than breeding. I had ideas. I had a bunch of ideas before I did the generative drop.
Okay.
I do like the idea of breeding, but then breeding means you have to burn the parents, right?
Actually, no. It's like yeah, it depends on the interpretation, but I think it's not with burning and just like bringing out a second collection, kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sure. There are so many different terms.
I made a baby hopper once for my generation 1. That was another idea. Listen, I'm just saying this is ideas, not. But it was like a baby version of the hopper. Okay. And it would be. I had an idea where I could like, how cool would it be if we did, eggs. Even though rabbits don't lay eggs, but it's like an Easter thing.
Cool.
Another cool idea.
Yeah, of course.
But there's a lot of things.
So many ideas. Yeah.
There's a lot of ideas. I have the artistic capabilities to execute them. We have the team to execute them. I just want to do something that's like different. And, you know, I think we need to solidify the Hopper's main collection first. And then we can go into the other things.
Yeah, I think makes much more sense than rushing things, you know.
Yeah, it's hard enough with one collection. When you add another one, also you're like, so I need to. Once this is more set in stone, then we're good.
Please get him to admit he's a sorcerer. What's that?
Sorcerer is like a witch or a.
Okay.
People say that because I like put out so much art and stuff. They're like, do you even sleep? What's going on?
Learn more about the 3101s being airdropped. I mean, we talked about this one already.
Yep, already dropped.
Why rabbits? We talked about this one as well.
Yep.
Besides being a dope piece of art, plans for utility, gaming.
So yeah, we opened up the IP, so you could register on the website for what you want to do with the IP, which is like the ultimate utility. Gamification. We're already in the metaverse. Obviously, once Sandbox kind of goes live, if they're still in beta mode or something, we'll introduce that. We're also doing AR filters and stuff like that. We're obviously, if we go forward with Sandbox, we're gonna have like a bunch of hopper heads and stuff created so people can use them in the marketplace. That's still in the beginning stages. We're still kind of waiting to see what happens.
Okay. What's your go-to for breakfast food?
4 pieces of bacon.
It was burger, right?
No, 4 pieces of cheesecake.
Yeah, cheesecake.
17 ice cream sandwiches. No. Eggs and bacon is just the best, you know. Go to a diner, you get eggs and bacon, a little bit of home fries. It's nothing better.
Yeah, I think so too. Like good energy breakfast, healthy with protein stuff.
Yep.
Inspiration for hoppers we had already as well. How would you get your name?
So it's a combination of I like the way it looks, plus the name Blood was cool. Plus I saw a documentary and some guy's name was Shaka. All this mixed into one, SHAKKABLOOD.
Yeah, I like the name. Fits really good.
People say it's so aggressive sounding.
Yeah, really?
For what I am, but I love it.
Okay. What other jobs have you worked on? I mean, you were in the Wings design space.
Yep, Wings delivery driver to I worked for a vape company doing all their marketing materials. I worked at 3 different manufacturing companies, doing anything from like aerospace stuff to other stuff. Realized that wasn't my calling, and then I worked at 2 design agencies after I graduated and moved to Maryland, so in Baltimore, and then I just quit October of 2021 to go full-time in NFTs. So
yay. When Metaverse Party
absolutely going to happen when like I said before, once Sandbox goes live, then we'll do something cool with that. I know Deadfellows did something like that too with, I think, Decentraland. So
we'll, with Steve Aoki, right?
Yeah,
they had like
they had him playing there. I talked to Butters yesterday. We definitely want to get some big names and stuff like that if we do something like that. So it'll be fun.
What would you say is the most important thing when starting a NFT project in the space?
It's not think about the money comes later.
Yeah.
You want to put quality and uniqueness first. Next comes genuine relationships with community and friends, plus supporting each other. And then after all that comes the money, which is what everybody wants to chase first. But that's just, in my opinion, a byproduct of the first two things, because
so important.
People value you more by what you put out there. Obviously, none of this even makes sense with those generative projects that sell out in 3 seconds, but that's just not sustainable in my opinion, and it's not like something that's long term, you know. So I mean, what happens when Ethereum plummets and no one's buying NFTs? At least I'll have a brand that's beyond that, you know?
So love your motivation. What's the next step in growth, and what's the next step in growth that's going to really drive fashion at NFTs to collaborate, or even building?
So I've messaged a lot of clothing brands that I personally like. Brain Dead Pleasures, even the Hundreds I like. Nike and Fila and all those I haven't hit up because they're so massive. I doubt they're gonna look at my message. But I'm very open to clothing brands. I want to do a bunch of partnerships with clothing brands, and I'm also a graphic designer, so I love blending my Hopper brand with other brands. I think it's just fun. So I think, you know, it's a bummer, but once we make more of a stir up in the space, people will start reading my messages on Twitter.
For sure.
People will respond in my DMs.
Yeah, same with me. Like, I have people responding and saying, yes, okay, let's do an interview. And then 1 week later, they are gone, not answering anymore.
It's the worst. Another opinion is not a question, but an opinion. Always respond to people. If you don't want to do anything or don't want to get involved, at least respond.
That's true. When you don't
then when you don't respond in the future, if you guys do cross paths again, and you want to work with them in some kind of way, they'll be like, hey, you didn't freaking respond to me and you ignored me. Why would I? That's happened a lot with hoppers too. Like, I've had people that ignored me completely and then come back through DMs, and all you have to do is scroll up 2 messages. You can see that you messaged them 1,000 times. But I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. But.
Yeah, of course. I mean, show people respect, right? And
just say no.
Everyone starts small. I mean, they have been there as well, I guess. But when merch, you said
so merch will come. Right now, January has been crazy.
True.
The thing about merch is there's more to it. You need to kind of set up a foundation, like
That's
vendor to packaging to fulfillment center to a way to also a website and a way to get people's addresses, because everyone's anonymous. That's another thing. So we have to get all that figured out, and then we're definitely gonna have merch. I promise you.
Cool. Excited.
Yes. Be dope.
Metaverse plans, we talked about this one, and billboard.
We talked about this last time.
It was kind of.
I mean, I guess we'll get a billboard, but I don't really know.
I think it's for marketing reasons or inspiration. We know as well.
I think we're already good to go on the marketing side of things when it comes to the art. So I think I think we need to do that.
All right, so this one is interesting as well. As I said before as well, my mom doesn't hold a hopper, but I do. I got into this project through a friend from Deadfellas, who is holding a few hoppers as well. So super excited to be part of the gang. So sets itself apart by being truly art-driven. Will the project now copy burn games like Gary V and Dell NFT, or will hoppers innovate? We don't like burning, right?
We don't like burning. Burning's a poo-poo word.
Yeah, it's not a good word.
Not a good word. If you're an artist, what would you want to be? Yeah, I mentioned it the last time. I think, I don't know, the opposite of what I do. I guess a 9 to 5 would be nice. You know, get up, work. When you're done, you're just done. Like, I don't know how to relax anymore. Like, my relaxing is my hobby and my job now have blended together. So
that's true.
So even sitting down to watch a TV show or a movie, I can't get my mind off hoppers. It's actually very, very unhealthy. It's something that people need to be careful about.
True.
You need to have a good separation between your job, quote unquote, and your life. And if that blends together, you're screwed.
That's true. Yeah, you need to kind of. I believe you.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's the reason why a lot of people have like mental breakdowns in the NFT scene and have nobody likes to talk about it. But you know, you're trying to make everybody happy all the time. You're trying to make yourself happy. You want your community to be happy. You also want the people that don't like hoppers to be happy. So you're also feeding those people, and it can get a lot, you know. So just be careful.
Where do you see the project in 1 year? And what's your favorite trait and why?
So the cow trait is my favorite trait. Everyone knows that. And the knives, cow trait is too good.
It's the skin, right? Skin cow. We shot this.
And in a year, I want to do a bunch of clothing collaborations. I want us to go to a bunch of events and have hoppers freaking represent. I want us to be in the metaverse. Literally everything we've talked about, I want to be completed by 2022. So.
Love it. Yeah, the cow skin is pretty nice, and there are not many listed for sale. Only 9.
Yeah, that one at the bottom.
64.
If you go all the way to the bottom, that orange one. Oof.
Yeah.
So nice.
Wow, this one here,
yeah. People are really they're hoarding the cow ones because they're really they're awesome.
Yeah, I like the orange background as well, or the confetti one. Orange looks really cool. All right, what's the next question? Top 3 dream fashion brand collabs.
Yeah, Obey is what I wish we could do, but I don't know what's gonna get.
I read that in the Discord.
Yeah,
You did a one-on-one, right, for them?
Or? I did a fun one-on-one tribute, and I love the hopper community. They're always repping me so hard, but sometimes other brands, I could see how they could see it in the wrong way. And I think the word collaboration was thrown out there, and they did not respond very nicely.
Oh, okay.
And I was completely nice. I just said, hey, I love Obey. The brand is super cool. I love the clothing. But yeah, I think it was there's a big misunderstanding between what I made for fun and what they thought was something else. So I don't really know what's gonna happen, but hopefully we'll do other fashion brand collaborations in the future.
Of course.
And maybe they'll come around when they see it. So
What's your favorite kind of cake?
Ice cream cake.
Tell me, ice cream cake.
And then this is one that nobody. I don't know if you know because you're outside the U.S. But they have something called Boston cream cake.
Boston cream.
They have a donut where it's like
the filled one, right?
With the filled one.
Boston cream, Boston cream. Of course,
they have a cake version of it, which no one knows about. That shit's amazing.
Oh, interesting.
That's good.
New business idea. How do you like to relax when the going gets tough?
Honestly, there's no answer. I don't know. Yeah. I like to step away for a couple of minutes.
But doesn't work always, right?
No. And then my favorite is like when I get to actually step away, I leave my apartment and go hang out with friends and stuff, obviously. So
cool.
Gets my mind off this.
Yeah, of course. All right. I think then we are done with the questions. Back to our faces. Do you have anything in mind which you want to tell to the listeners or to the community? I know that you're super convinced of your project, and I love that. And I think it's important that the founder and artist really loves what he's doing and is convinced. I mean, it shows confidence, and also to people who are interested, it's always a good sign, you know, when you're stepping up, showing yourself, and being open to engaging with the community. So this is what I really value. And
the one of the mistakes that I had was I was so frustrated about selling out. That when people talk to me in that first week or 2 weeks after we drop the project, I think people can sense like a decrease in like my confidence with the project. And I wasn't confident. It was not that I wasn't confident about the art and everything, but I think the amount of messages I got, people telling me to like burn, all that kind of stuff, it was really like disheartening, you know?
Yeah, of course.
But now I've like legitimate come back so much stronger, and with the tributes and the community, like I'm so confident about this project. I'm just as much invested in this as you guys are. And yeah, I mean, this is my job. Like I don't have this is my only, so my only job is to do my best and push the project forward. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's, I'm confident about it. So.
Oh, that's cool.
We're just gonna...
this, to the moon. No.
To the moon. To the moon.
Or as other people would say, we're all gonna make it.
Yep, we're all gonna make it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming onto the show for the second time. This time we did the recording correctly. Right. Yeah.
Now it's going to be audio, but no video. And then we're going to have to put both videos together.
Yeah, of course. Then we do just audio and no video. No.
Yeah.
This time I'm sure it's going to work. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. And
Uni, thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on again. This is fun. If you ever want to do this again, if you want to follow up in a month or two, just let me know.
For sure. Yeah, would love to. Have a good day, man. Cheers. Thank you so much.
Man. Bye, everyone.
Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye.